This is Makita's 40 volt sliding compound saw. This is purely battery powered and it just takes one of the 40 volt batteries to run it. One of my favourite functions of this thing straight away is its sliding track here. As we notice, it doesn't have an extension arm that slides up behind the saw. The saw just slides up and forth on this track here, meaning you can actually use the saw hard up to a wall without worrying about it sliding back and hitting that wall. So this is a 305mm blade and it's got a 3600 RPM cutting speed, which means that blade spins around 3,600 times per minute. Firstly, it's got the sliding rail, which we've already touched on. It also has an electric brake, which means, as you can see there, that blade stops spinning quite soon after I let go of the trigger. So this does have an LED light in it when you go to cut your work, and it's got that shadow line technology, which means the light shines on the blade and the blade provides a shadow on your workpiece exactly where that cut's going to be. We do have a spot here to connect our dust extraction bag or a Makita vacuum. This saw is built in with that Bluetooth wireless extraction, which I've never done this before, but that means if you have that Makita vacuum and you plug it in, the vacuum isn't going to be on the entire time. It's only going to go on when you turn the saw on. So some of the specs on this tool, when we've got it set at 0 degrees on the bevel, it can cut a thickness of 92mm and a width of 382mm. Obviously, we're sliding it back and forth. We can get our bevel by using this little dial here. We loosen that and we can get a bevel all the way down to 48 degrees. It's going to stop automatically on that 45, but at the back of your saw here, there's some little levers. If I hold my saw and pull that lever, it's going to drop to that extra 48. If we stand it back up, that stops directly at 0 degrees, and to bevel it the other way, with this still being loose, there's just a button down here. We've got to pull it off 0 degrees, hold that button in, and it's going to let us go all the way down to wherever we want to stop. And with our mitre display at the front here, we got this similar function. We got this little dial here which we can loosen. So it stops on 15 degrees, 22.5, 31.6, our 45 and our 60. To move it seamlessly without having it stop, we've just got this little lever at the front and we want to hold that down while moving it. You get it to the point where you want it and we just re-tighten up these handles here. I'm previously a DeWalt user and I came from the DeWalt miter saw, and this is one of my first proper Makita tools I've used. Personally, I'm blown away. I love it. The biggest downside is it weighs 30 kilograms. It is a damn heavy miter saw to carry around. Alright, talking about price for this tool, I paid $1,700 AUD. I got it from Sydney Tools. It came with two 40 volt batteries. And keep in mind, it only runs off one battery, which means you've got one charged ready to go at all times. And we also have the charger to charge the batteries as well. I'm going to compare it once more with my old DeWalt 128 volt battery miter saw. So that one ran off two 54 volt batteries, opposed to Makita's singular 40 volt. And this can outperform it in terms of power and duration. We're doing a fix when I'm consistently using the miter saw all day. I do get about 6 hours of use out of it until it dies. Now that's not me standing there non-stop doing cuts. Obviously if I'm standing there non-stop doing cuts, I'd predict 2 hours, which is a lot of cuts out of it. These 40 volt batteries just weigh 1 kilogram and they take 45 minutes to charge. Obviously a 45-minute charge time, I believe this saw will outlast that, and you don't have to worry about dead times where your batteries are charging. This also comes with a 2-year warranty. I'm not the biggest fan of that warranty. When you're spending $1,700 on a tool, I'd want a 3 to 5 year minimum. I would highly recommend this saw if you do want to go to battery powered. Keep in mind though, it's a 305mm blade. If you are going to be needing it for those long, bigger cuts, get something lighter, get something smaller. For the size of the saw, for the battery power of the saw, it is unbelievable. The only downfall about this review is these haven't been out long enough to actually see some problems come back with them. When that DeWalt battery saw came out, it was perfect to start with, and after a year of having it, that's when all these problems started to come up with the batteries and they started getting pulled back into the store. For now though, I can't speak high enough of this saw.